I don't even know how to do this whole introduction thing, but yeah. Alright. Well, here is a Great Mage with a Storm Wolf. In summary, it's just a magic story, a fantasy story with a magic academy. Main character, familiar, friends, and even mind controlling spell. Yeah, okay. Let's just get into this. Wakey wakey! It's morning! It's the first day, and it's magic academy. Wait. Wakey wakey! It's morning, and the first day of Shay's Magic Academy is here. Jules tripped, tugging at Tina's hair with a happy grin. Oh, Tina groaned and swatted the fairy away, clearly not ready for the day ahead. No, I am waking up. I'm not waking up. It's too early, Tina muttered, burying her face deeper into her pillow. Jen grumbled in response. Her persistence is unyielding as she yanked Tina's ear again. Come on! The morning bell has already rung! It's time to get up, get dressed, and have breakfast, and then meet your familiar. She said, her tone rising in excitement. I don't think I have. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Okay, can you do that? Okay, I don't know what happened there. Okay. Damn, let out another groan before reluctantly throwing the blanket off and sitting up with a sigh. Good. Now, we're getting somewhere. Just said, fluttering around impatiently as she tried to nudge Tina out of bed. Get up and get ready, let's go. Alright, I'm getting up. Oh, God. Tina muttered, swinging her legs over the side of the bed. You know. She walked over to her wardrobe, opened it up, grabbed her school uniform. It's a basic uniform. With the... Here, you can't see it. Okay. With the school symbol on it. Haven't thought of that. Okay. She grabbed it and headed towards the bathroom. Here we go. Hurry up, you don't want to miss breakfast. Girls urged, shipping after her. Tina shot her a tired look before she reached for the bathroom door. If you think about bedroom, the bathroom, it's basically, I guess, like right of the bed. Never mind. So, calm down. It's only 6 in the morning. Why did you wake me up at this time? Ugh. Tina grumbled, shutting the lock behind the door. She basically opened it and walked inside before. Do you get it? I don't think you do. Either way, it's now closed and locked. She places the uniform on the counter. We're heading over to the shower. I was like, I guess to the left. I think you know how to. Never mind. Okay. She turned on the water. She turned on the water and turned it to the hot side. To the warm. Or in the middle. Whatever. Just hot. Just making it hot. Turning on a hot shower. Grab the hairbrush. Okay. Let me just turning the water to warm. She stood for a moment as it heated up, absent-mindedly grabbing a hairbrush to work out the tangles in her long hair. Let's just say past the... Say... Not my length. Mine is longer than what you see on me. Just longer. I'm not gonna give the measurements. Okay. So she's gonna come through it. Okay. Where are the scissors? Tina muttered to herself, rummaging through the drawers before she found a pair. She smirked to herself as she held them up. However you hold the scissors, I can't do it imaginarily. Either way. Perfect, she said. Saying worrying about her hair to chin length. So, small bob. Small bob. The strands falling to the floor in uneven clumps. Hurry up! Come on! Can't do this. Jules called impatiently from the other side of the door. Tina shot back without thinking. Shut up, you little fairy! She continued sniffing away at her hair. After a few more snips, Tina tossed the scissors aside and stepped into the shower. Oh, yeah, she did undress the union. Okay. Who would... Okay, never mind. She quickly scrubbed clean. When the water ran cold, shut it off. Quickly got dressed in her uniform. She unlocked the bathroom door, stepping out with a deep breath. Jules, who's been anxiously hovering, gasped upon seeing her. You cut your hair? I'm LinkedIn long. Jules said, fluttering up to inspect the new look. Tina sighed heavily, rolling her eyes. Nah. Well, I didn't. Let's go, said, brushing past the little fairy and heading towards the door. Tina followed her out of the door. But it suited you. Why would you cut it? Jules asked as they headed into the hallway. Jesus. Did I forget that? Because I wanted to, and it won't get in the way. Plus, long hair is a hassle to get ready in the morning. I was done with it. I suppose on my own experience of having long hair. Before, I was obsessed with long hair. Before, technically, like a year ago or two, I cut it myself before I had my mother help me. And then after that, anytime summer would actually come around, especially when I was in school, chop it off to a good short bob. Nothing too short ever. I'm seriously speaking from experience. Well, this is like a good medium length. It's past the shoulders. Okay. Do I know where I got the inspiration for this from? No. A few of my other things are inspired by the things I play, like Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering. Never mind. Okay. Tina explained walking down the stairs leading to the dorm's cafeteria. How the dorms are set up, think of a castle, but at the same time mixed with the school. She's in one of those turrets. Never mind. Okay. I think I'm trying to do this. Okay. Jules fluttered beside her with a groan. You could have told me that. You could have told me that you were going to kayak. I could have helped you. I feel like you would have tried. I feel like you would have tried to convince me not to cut it, so no, Tina said, pushing her short hair back with her fingers. Yet it felt dry already. To be honest, with a short mom, well, it doesn't take long to dry. We're talking about a good 5 minutes after she had stepped out of the shower. Huh, that's weird. What happened? Jules asked, fluttering around Tina. My hair is dry. It's barely been 5 minutes. Hold on, let me just fix it. Couldn't have dried that fast. Tina explained, staring at her hand, not seeing any water on it. Okay, never mind. Jules felt Tina's hand, and like Tina said, it was dry. Oh, that is really weird. Maybe it's just a perk of having short hair, Jules said, trying to be rational. No, normally it would take like 20-30 minutes to dry, not 5 minutes. Okay, hold on. Jules hummed and fluttered around to face Tina. Recently, she was sad. Here, okay? Let's not worry about this and add to breakfast. I'm sure there's a logical reason for this phenomenon, Jules said. Tina sighed and nodded. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go, she said, and they continued down the stairs to the cafeteria. It's literally at the bottom of the stairs. Okay. Not like actually, literally. Okay, I don't mean literally, but okay, never mind. Once they reached the cafeteria, Tina walked over to the serving setup. It's basically buffet, so that whole thing. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Grabbed his tray and began picking out what you wanted to eat. So, what millennia do you think you'll need? Justin asked, picking up a grape and beginning to munch on it. Just having a little small grape. Nom. Don't know. It should be some kind of animal. That's all what familiar. That's what familiars all are. So, what kind of animal do you think you'll get? I think we're just gonna show. Jill asked, still munching on the grape. Maybe a fox? Maybe a cat or a fox, one of those two. Oh yeah, cats are mischievous, and foxes are sly. Describes you perfectly. Just teased. Tina rolled her eyes to him, a bunch of grapes and set them on their tray. She turned him a bucket of oranges and pressed for a decent orange to eat. As she was doing that, he snatched the bunch of grapes. The bunch. No. Okay. And sent them on off her tray, but it didn't go unnoticed. Jill smiled at him and called him out. Hey, bring those back. The boy froze and turned to the fairy with a sheepish grin. Tina looked at him with a puzzled look. Seriously? What the hell? Seriously? Why? Tina asked. The boy shrugged, and then his friend walked over, setting his tray on the counter. Sorry, my friend thinks it would be easier to steal from people instead of walking over to the other side of the counter. His friend said, snatching the grapes out from the boy and sent them back on Tina's tray. He grabbed another and handed them to his friend. Tina sighed, selected an orange and, sorry, and set that on a tray. So how about no? She ignored him and walked away. He didn't get to finish the sentence. Tina walked to an empty table and sat down. Jules landed on the table and sat down in front of Tina's tray. She was just right there. I don't know how. That was so rude of this place. Wait, no, that was so rude of this place. Jill said. Tina began eating. I think you mean one of those boys was rude. He tried to steal someone. He tried to steal some grapes, which was petty. Honestly, it was more ridiculous than rude. Okay, I agree with you on that. What else? What else is new? Hello? Oh. Okay. After breakfast, all the first year students, so just like freshmen, as it is, don't know where I got that from. Okay. First year students head to the auditorium. If you don't know what an auditorium is, you should probably look it up. For the meeting of familiars. So this is where everyone's gonna meet their familiars. Okay. Tina couldn't help but feel a little nervous. I mean, what if my familiar was lame or just ordinary? Are you feeling nervous? Comes asked. A little. What if my familiar is just lame and same as everyone else's? Nonsense. Your familiar will be awesome, and no one gets the same kind of familiar. Jill said. She was feeling a little courage after that. The professor stepped onto the stage and cleared his throat. Welcome to Shay's Magic Academy, Precious. Today you'll be meeting your familiar for life, the professor said, and the auditorium filled with excited whispers and objections from the first years, except for, of course, our lovely main character, Tina. She wanted to be rational and think about the future with her familiar. Alright. Hush, students, hush. Well, not now. Going from the back to front, left to right. So, back to front, left to right. Russia said, Tina groaned. She was in the back, but she was on the far right side. So it would be a while before it was her turn. A person called on the student from the back on the left side. Far left side of the auditorium. So left over you. Okay. The student walked up from their seats up onto the stage. The professor, talking through the process of doing the meeting thing, we'll get to that. The student followed through with the instructions in mind. After a few seconds, a piece of parchment, basically paper, contracts. We're gonna get that. appeared in front of the student. The professor took a look at it, smiled. And you did it correctly. You've officially bonded with your familiar. Mercer said, handing the paper to the student as they stood up. You may return to your suit. What was that paper all about? Tina whispered to Jules. I know it was whispered. Oh, that. Well, that was a contract from their familiar. It shows that you and the familiar have agreed to be partners for life. Jules explained. Okay. Great. Contract with familiar. These are her thoughts. She thought students were being called up and they bonded with their familiars, all excited and happy. After a few minutes, it was finally Tina's turn. She stood up, heart racing, as she walked onto the stage. She sat down on the stage as she had seen the other students doing, took a deep breath and closed her eyes. She felt an invisible force tug her out of her body, weightless and untethered. When she opened her eyes again, she stood in an unfamiliar, ethereal realm. Before her, a massive black wolf of the sleek coat that shimmered faintly in the light gazed at her with piercing amber eyes. Hello. Hello, who are you? Tina asked hesitantly. Her voice steady despite all that filter. Okay. The wolf huffed and lowered himself onto the ground in a graceful yet deliberate motion. Basically just laying down. Like an animal. I'm gonna put this one will represent me speaking as Tina for now. Okay. I am Andrus, the great wolf of the north, he said, his voice deep and resonant, carrying an ancient weight. Tina smiled, her heart easing slightly. So you're my familiar, she asked. It seems so. That was Andrus. When the wolf settled between them, a piece of parchment paper, basically, materialized in midair before her, flowing gently into her hands. Tina glanced at the wolf before examining the paper. Is this the contract? She asked, scanning the unlooking stripped. Andrews nodded, his eyes unwavering. Yes, this is a partnership. You are bound to honor the terms, and so am I. Do you understand? Tina looked up at him, and then back up on the parchment. Alright. I accept. Wow. It is adorable. You included head pats and terms. She's playful grinning. The wolf huffed, his ears flicking back slightly. That is only for when we are alone. No one needs to witness such vulnerabilities, he said, his tone laced with faint embarrassment. Alright, now how do I sign this thing? As if in response, a quill appeared beside her. She took it and signed her name with a flourish. I really like doing this. Now you need to stamp it to confirm you're my familiar, she said, holding the parchment out. stop it. How? You're the first human I've agreed to be familiar to in over 10 millennium. 10 millennium? Huh. Wow. That's a long time. She shook off her surprise and looked around. You got an ink pen? Pad? Ink? Pad? A pad of ink? As soon as she asked, an ink pad appeared in her hands. Grinning, she walked towards the entry and eyed her wearily. Sorry, this is really funny to me. What are you going to do with that? He asked, his deep voice tinged with suspicion. Without a word, she pressed the oh my god. She pressed the ink back to his nose. Before he could protest, she quickly pressed the contract against his nose, leaving a perfect nose print in the designated spot. There! A nose print, it's so cute, she said, holding up the contract triumphantly. Oh, I love it so much. Okay. Andrew snorted, shaking his head in exasperation. This is undignified, but fine. The contract isn't sealed. Now get out of here. Before Tina could respond, she felt her soul snapped back into her body. She gasped, her senses realigned, finding herself still clutching the contract in hand. The professor approached, taking the contract from her. Just pretend this is it. Inspecting it closely, his eyes widened slightly. You're familiar. Is Andreas? Yeah. Yep. She wobbled as she stood up because she's dizzy. Yep, the Great Wolf of the North. She snatched the contract back from him. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm dizzy, and I need to sit. Tina walked off stage, headed back to her seat, and just slumped, trying to steady herself from the dizziness. Hi, who's your familiar? A girl asked. Tina looked over at her, at the girl sitting next to her. She had brown hair tipped with blue, teal eyes staring at her innocently. Oh, girl, I'm still dizzy from that bonding process. So give me a minute, please. Right, sorry. He didn't warn us about how dizzying and exhausting the process would be, said. Jules buzzed around. Tina. Sorry. Did you know that Andreas is a legend and you got him as a familiar? She buzzed through this and Tina. Jules, please shut up. I am dizzy and you are making it worse. I'm serious. Andreas, huh? That's interesting. The girl said, yeah. Well, he's a grumpy asshole. The girl giggled. Well, I got an armadillo named Armada. She looked at her puzzled. An armadillo? Really? And people say that the familiars choose who they live on with. I guess Armada saw something in me, and maybe it's the same thing with Andreas. I never would have thought of it like that, but okay, that makes sense. The girl smiled warmly, leaning back in her seat. Yeah, her motto may not seem impressive, but she's tougher than she seems, and well, you have something pretty special for the Andreas to choose you. Dina rubbed her temple, trying to clear the fog in her head. Special, huh? Maybe you just wanted to torment someone for the rest of his days. The girl laughed brightly. Maybe. But if the stories are true, Andreas doesn't bond lightly. You'll figure it out, I'm sure. She extended her hand. I'm Teal, by the way. I know it's a ridiculous name, but I don't have. Dina, she replied, shaking the offered hand. And thanks, I guess. Before Tina could say more, a sudden chill swept through the room, raising the hairs on the back of her neck. She straightened in her seat of dizziness, momentarily forgotten a low growl echoed in her mind. Talking about me behind my back already? The voice deep and laced with irritation. It was Andreas. Can you not? I just bonded with you and I'm still trying to recover. Recover from a simple bonding week. Still dismissive, but Dina swore she could hear the faintest hit of amusement. You're an asshole, Andreas, she told him. Andreas snorted in her mind disappeared. His presence disappeared. Teal tilted her head. Are you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's just Andreas being a jerk. He just called me weak. Well, telepathy is part of the bond between familiar and mage. Yeah. I saw it in the contract. Tina said, shaking the contract in her hand, like, this is gonna be a fun life with this asshole. It will get better once you get to know each other, said. It was Teal. We're talking about Teal. Yeah. I'm sure. I bet I will. You're being too negative. Yeah, I'm just gonna represent this as Teal. You got to give it a chance. I promise it will get better. She said. Tina chuckled. Sure. Standing up as the students were being dismissed from the auditorium, Teal got up and followed her. Hey, wake up! Sighed, slowing down for Teal to catch up. Listen, you've got to give it time. He'll warm up to you. Alright, I got it. You can stop repeating it. I got it now. Okay, let's go to the drawing room. Yep, let's go. Everyone made their way down to the arena. It's open air. Just down, I think like Coliseum kind of thing, I guess. Arena, open air. Alright. Where the vice principal stood, he had jet black hair, striking gold eyes, worn ornate golden armor, complemented by a black cape draped over his shoulders, flowing down his back. Welcome, students. I am Kilo, the vice principal. You will address me as Mr. Kilo, no exceptions, he announced in a firm voice. We're just gonna say, this is Mr. Kilo. The students exchanged confused glances, but nodded hesitantly. Wait, Wasn't the principal supposed to be teaching us? Where is she? A student asked, raising a hand. This. My wife won't be teaching this class. She is pregnant. Higgins, over here, over here. A woman's voice called from the stands. Everyone turned to see a pregnant woman waving enthusiastically, a wide smile on her face. Hey. Sorry, students, I really want to teach you all, but I can't stress this baby. This baby close to my due date. She said, patting her round belly affectionately. Don't worry though, my husband will take great care of you in my place. Oh, that's Miss Kilo, a student whispered. Murmurs rippled through the group. Amid the chatter, Tina noticed Mrs. Kila's gaze fixed upon her. The woman waved warmly. After a moment's hesitation, Tina waved back. Miss Kila responded with a little wink. It's nothing more than playful. Alright, focus, Mr. Kila barked, snapping everyone's attention back to him. Crossing his arms, he surveyed the group with a sharp glare. Now summon your familiars and we'll proceed from there. The students quickly complied, some closing their eyes, clasping their hands, others chanted softly. Tina took a steadying breath and closed her eyes. Andrews, come forth and show yourself, she thought, her tone calm but firm. Say it nicer. His voice came through in her mind, dripping with mockery. Just get out here, bastard. She thought irritation creeping in. As she opened her eyes, Andrews laid sprawled lazily in front of her, huffing in mild annoyance. Oh, so insulting you is a trick to summoning you, she asked, starting her eyebrow. One eyebrow, I can't do that, but raised eyebrows. Andrew snorted. Hardly. You can't throw insults around and expect me to appear every time. Really? Really? Because it worked this time, she retorted, rolling her eyes. And just met her gaze with a dramatic roll of his own. You're infuriating, said flatly, saying just like that. Okay. So his head on his legs. Right back at ya, Tina muttered, crossing her arms. Mrs. Hill's voice cut through the noise. Alright, everyone. Alright, how's everyone? Summon their familiars. Okay. Yes, sir. The students shouted in unison, just like 30 plus. I haven't thought about the details. Okay. Alright. Good. Now point your foreheads to your familiars and let them lend you their magic. Your attire will change to represent your element, he instructed. Following his lead, the students knelt in front of their familiars, pressing their foreheads together. Tina did the same thing, feeling the surge of Andrea's magic coursing through her. A tingling sensation spread across her eyes as her clothes transformed. When she opened her eyes, she found she was dressed in an outfit of vines and blooming flowers. Hair had grown so chin length, just significantly longer to the ground. Okay. Grown into thick, braided strands woven with vine-like tendrils, ending in claw-like pincers. Just pins. I don't know. I guess like a crab pincer? Something of like crab claw-like pincers. Looking down, she saw that the vines extended to the ground, grounding her in nature's essence. Around her, other students had armor or elegant gowns reflecting their element. She glanced at her entire fronting. Her midsection, so stomach. Oh, I don't know how to show you this. Okay, basically, this midsection and her feet were there, essentially. Okay, so crop top. Basically, think crop top, shorts, or mini skirt, whatever you wish. It's your piece. Here's the thing. Okay. Tina. This is Tina. Teal. Cross arms. Kilo. Mr. Kilo. Andreas. What should I do for Andreas? Don't know. Okay. How is this supposed to protect me? I'm vulnerable everywhere. She complained, tugging at a vine. Andreas showed some the nature element isn't root protection. You'll have to learn to defend your weak spots yourself. This is bullshit. People are going to go for my weak spots. Yes, that's how you take down an opponent. And that's also why you have to learn how to protect your weak spots, so no one hits those weak spots. And just said, Tina girl, first she grew toward Teal, rushing through the air is Teal. Hey, looking good. She patted her on the shoulder, compliment. Tina looked up at Teal, up and down. She was wearing a teal shimmery shirt. Dress. Not sure. Oh, really? I look like a walking garden while you look like a clear ocean and beautiful on top of that. And a beautiful one on top of that. Thank you, but you do look good. You just have to learn to get used to it. Oh, yeah. I also need to learn to protect my weak spots like my stomach and my feet. Trust the element. Nature is at the pinnacle of the magic triangle. Okay. Pretty sure. Pinnacle. Top. This is where nature is. Okay. Good representation. You can control anything that occurs naturally. She summoned a blob of water out of thin air. Like water. Run hard and begin to practice battle. Try not to hurt each other too badly. Mr. Teal instructed. Teal looked at Tina. Partners? Yeah, and no worries, I won't use these things on you. I'll save that for someone else that's not you. Tina said, gesturing to the vine pincer braids attached to her hair. He'll chuckle. Alright, thanks. Let's get this started. Tina and Teal took their places in an open spot with the other pairings around them. The space buds with energy as familiars and students alike prepared for their practice battles. Alright, let's do this. I'm ready. Armada. Teal's familiar, you know? The armadillo. Said, moving side to side. Basically just bouncing. Boop, 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 boop. Aries huffed. This is for the young mages to figure out their magic. It's not for us familiars to get involved in. well then. Oh, don't be lazy, Andreas. I want to take you on. And all of a sudden, Andreas turned away from her. I could throw that stupid armadillo out of the arena, but I'm being nice and staying out of this. That was telepathy. And just half in Tina's mind, she rolled her eyes. Oh, wow. How nice of you. She thought. Don't ignore me, Andreas. Oh, ah. Ah. Pick up. Okay. Emma shouted. The armadillo ran over to the wolf and began swatting at his fur. I knew his wolf face. I can't feel it. Okay. Begin. Okay. Begin. Mr. Teal shouted, leaving no room for more complaints. Teal wasted no time sending a spiral jet of water towards Dina. Dina tilted her to the left, a bit to the left, letting the jet go by her. Okay. You want to play it that way? Fine. Tina grabbed the jet of water. Okay. Went faster. Okay. You just like manipulated it to turn around. And then sent it back to Teal. She wrapped it around Teal and lifted her up. Just, whoop, whoop, up. Up around. Whoa, this is cool. Tina said, Tina, twirling Teal around. I know how I'm Put me down, Teal shouted. This is the best. Please put me down. Okay. So she lowered her and released her. The ground released her. I hate you. But a smile was betraying happiness. Sorry, no, but it was funny to do that. Like you said, I control anything that occurs naturally, like water. Oh, so you're using my words against me. Oh no, girl. No. It's more like using your actions against you. Darting down with a jet of water, snapping like a whip. Tina stopped water, some vines right beneath her, wrapping around her body and dipping her upside down. Can you stop putting me in the air? Sorry, it's too funny. She upside down. And lower her back onto the ground. Releasing the vines around her. Teal shook her head, but before she could speak, Mr. Kilo shouted, "Alright, so I'm not partners with anyone. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I saw some with earth powers, and I want to test them." Okay. Rick. Waving goodbye before heading off to find the person she saw with a microphone behind her. Tina sighed, looking around the crowd. Students talking and choosing their next partners. Okay. I think I'm going to use this as the new character. Go. Hey, wanna be partners? Someone asked. Tina turned around to look at the person. It was a guy. Blonde hair. Spiked up. Okay. Spiked up. Okay. Brown eyes, wearing a shirt and pants with leather armor. His chest, back, elbows, knees, legs, whatever. Tina looked him up and down. Yeah. Sure. You are? Alice, crossing her arms. Okay. Jason, how about you? I'll hand out for a handshake. Tina, and I'm not shaking her hand, sorry. Jason chuckled and retracted his hand. Alright, that's fine. So, who's your familiar? I don't see them right now. Jason chuckled and let out a sharp whistle. I can't whistle, so imagine hearing a whistle or just do it yourself. The next second, a hawk flew down and landed on his shoulder. This is my familiar, Henrietta, the lightning-fast hawk. Cocky bird for a title like that. Andrew snorted. Tina nodded. Cocky person too. Henrietta, I'm just gonna use this. Show some respect. Familiars are older than you youngins, Henrietta said. Tina and Andreas rolled their eyes. So cocky, they both thought. Tina forced out a chuckle. Alright, well, what's your element? Since you're close, certainly don't reflect it. Okay. Lightning. He started spinning a lightning bolt in his hand. Cool, alright. Unlike your grass powers. Didn't better lip. Didn't understand what her true element was. Andrews did it telepathically. Tina suddenly not truly. Let's show this boy what my true element is. Hold on. It's 51 minutes. I'm at 10 pages. Fortunately, it's 25. So I don't know if I'm gonna get through this all. Okay, let's just draw. She thought, actually. Andrew snorted. I like that idea. I might bite off the wing of that cocky bird, thinking she's older than me. Tina sighed. Yeah. Alright, let's get this started, said. Jason nodded. Sure. Don't cry when you lose. Oh, honey, I'm not gonna be the one crying after this fight, she said. Jason chuckled, tossing a lightning bolt between his hands as he stepped into position. Can't see it, okay. Henrietta ruffled her feathers, glaring at Andreas, who lay lazily at Tina's side. His eyes gleamed with amusement. Patience is one of those who have time to waste, he said hauntingly. Unlike you, Wolf, I prefer action. Andreas yawned theatrically. Yeah. Then by all means, By all means, do something impressive. So far, you flapped your wings and looked pretty. Tina giggled, raising her hands. Vines can furl at her feet, slithering across the ground like snakes. Jason didn't seem phased. The lightning cracking louder. As he tries to, let's see how your garden danced the storm. Quit releasing the thunderbolt, lightning bolt. It streaked towards a hot flash of white. Okay, let me get that right. Now, a flash of white hot energy, but Tina didn't flinch. Instead, she twisted her wrist, and then the vine surged upwards, forming a thick layer. Thick barrier. The lightning cracked against it, but instead of stopping, it spun through the vines, sparkling dangerously. Big mistake, Tina said with a wicked grin. She redirected the current. The vines, acting as the conductors, sent the energy streaking back towards Jason. Hold on. His eyes widened as he barely rolled out of the way. Not bad. Brushing dirt off his armor. The lightning is faster than any plant. Good thing I'm not just plants, she replied. She raised her hands and the ground molded around Jason's ankles. Okay, hold on. Hey, let me go, he demanded, trying to free himself from making. He's trying to break the ground. This is why you should never underestimate your opponents. Okay, I got it. You don't just have grass powers. Tina released him from the makeshift shackles. And unexpectedly, he threw a lightning bolt at her with full force. The bolt of lightning sent her flying back into the arena wall. Boom. Dust. Everything. And you should always expect the unexpected, he shouted, standing triumphantly. The whole arena went quiet as soon as Tina crashed into the wall. Mr. Hudson, that was too far. You're supposed to be practicing your powers with your partner, not trying to harm them. Mr. Teal scolded. Oh, no worries, Mr. Kilo. I'm fine, Tina said, walking towards Jason, lightning bolt in hand. The whole arena was in shock, watching Tina completely unharmed, walking casually towards Jason, whose jaw just dropped to the floor, just seeing her. Okay. Jason, come on, this is Jason. How? I threw that at full force, as much as I can muster. Tina, that's just the power of nature. Twirling the lightning bolt in her hands like a pen. Okay. She looked over at Andrews. Were you worried about me? Andrew snored, as if I knew you had it handled. I know you were worried about me. Andrew snored and laid down for a nap. Tina looked at Jason. He was still in disbelief. You were right about expecting the unexpected. That's exactly what I did, said Scale sighed in relief. God, okay. Then he looked at Jason. Mr. Hudson, we'll have a discussion at the end of the day about this behavior, understand? Yes, sir. Looking away from him. Mr. Teal shook his head in disappointment. Alright, continue practicing. Continue to practice with each other. Switch every 20 minutes and maybe get acquainted. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can find something for... Okay. Here we go. For the two new characters. Alright. Andrew and Isaiah. Which is weirdly the name of my brother. Why did I go with that? I don't know. Andrew A. Okay. On the other side of the arena, Andrew was staring at Tina as she continued to practice her magic skills. His friend Isaiah noticed the distraction and smacked him in the back of the head. Ow! What were you there for? He looked at Isaiah angrily. Okay. Dude, you're drooling over a girl you barely know. I mean, I get it. She did a badass move, and it was amazing. But you can't be weirdly staring at her. She'll think you're a weirdo and a stalker. Okay, that makes sense, but look at her. She looks like a flower goddess. She's just so beautiful. They've gone back to staring at Tina. Let's get this up. Okay. Yeah, right here. Okay. Okay. And going back to staring at Tina, she used her pincher braids to spin around her opponent. As it then go talk to her. He whipped his head around towards him. He's staring. No, I can't talk. I cannot talk to her. I need something for Belladonna. Belladonna is, here's the thing. Give 5 seconds. I need something for Belladonna. That's something. Hang on. Okay. Alright. This is gonna really be stupid. But alright. Alright. Belladonna is like really funny. Belladonna is a undead horse, basically skilled towards. Okay. Alright, I think I was trying to find something else, but okay. Alright. Teal. Okay. Rundown. Okay. Teal. Not Teal. Tina. Teal. Brushing through the hair is Teal. Crossed arms, Mr. Kilo. Henrietta. She's not gonna last long. Okay, never mind. Alright. Belladonna. Andrew. Isaiah. Don't know why, I just... Okay. It's for the glasses. Okay. Andrew's familiar. Belladonna. Huh? Walk behind him. Nonsense. We're going to talk to her in familiar right now. Rested her head to his neck and just pushed him towards Teal. Why am I doing this for Okay, anyway. Beginning to push him towards Tina. I can't exactly do this if this stay. Okay. Alright. Hold on, Belladonna. Don't you dare, you stallion horse! He said, trying to resist Belladonna's push. He's trying to fight back. But it was too late. Too late. They were close to Tina. She looked at him as she finished her match. Bella, who are you? A big sweat on her forehead. I'm Andrew, and this is my familiar palette. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay. Okay, hold on. Good to meet you, Andrew. I'm Tina. And this is my familiar Andreas. He's an asshole. She gestured to Andreas, who was lounging behind her. Okay, interesting. The Belladonna is a bit of a good familiar. I had to push you over to the girl you were drooling over, so I deserve that praise. And she added, Andrew is blushing. Look at Belladonna. What the hell, Belladonna? How did this many? Okay. Not going through this is nice. Dina and Andreas began turning. You were jumping over me. Andrew looked back at Tina, completely speechless. And this is Andreas. That's Belladonna for you. Always straightforward. Said, standing up and stretching his legs. Belladonna puffed, and you are always sulking. When was the last time I saw you? 10 millennia ago, after your first and last partner died? And now suddenly you're here. Andrews rolled his eyes. So, Belladonna, the skeleton horse? The undead horse. Said, looking at Andrew. No, oh, sorry. Looked at the wrong. Belladonna corrected. I am Belladonna, the undead horse. Yeah, raised her hands and surrender. Right, sorry. A dead horse, said. Looking at Andrew. My gentleman. Shadow, darkness, that kind of thing. He replied, manipulating his shadow. Oh, that's really cool. Andrew blushed, scratching the back of his head. Thank you. And you? Yeah, nature. It's awesome. Twirling one of her pincer, red pincers. Dana walked over to the girl with a falcon familiar. Oh, okay, hold on. We'll use this as the new friend. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay. Tina, meet Mary and her familiar Flint. Tina said. Mary waved with a nice smile. Flint raised his wing as a wave. Ah, Flint, how have you been? I've been well, Belladonna. How about you? That is Flint. I need something. We're just gonna say this Flint. What is... Okay, sure. Let's go with it. I have too many now. I've been better. Oh, I don't have anything for Armada. Are we exchanging pleasantries now? And asked, annoyed. And Montescon. Of course we are. It's polite to do so, she said. Andrews rolled his eyes and laid down. Great, he muttered. You're so grumpy, Andreas. Andreas half turned away from the group. And said, who is the grump? You're not the 10,000 years of sulking. Andreas looked at his Flint. Bad teeth. I was not sulking, he growled. Mary smoked Flint's feathers. Yeah, let's not rattle. Oh wait, I missed it. Okay. Tina patted Andrews on the snout. Okay, let's calm down. Mary? This is Mary. Yeah, let's not rile people up, said the Flint. Familiar nodded. But we all know he was sulking, Amada said, and just growled, I will fling you out of this arena, you tiny little armadillo. I'm not scared of you, you big wolf. Okay. Tina stepped in between the two familiars. Okay, let's relax, please. Primarily looking at Andreas. Andreas half laid down again. Teal scooped up Armada. Okay, we need to calm down. It's always entertaining to watch you guys interact. It's almost like a bunch of grumpy old men arguing over a chess game. Flint fluffed his feathers in agreement. Andreas has always been like this, even when we were young. I just let her drive. I'm still young. Thank you very much. You're adorable, Andreas. Just half that said nothing. Dan looked at Andrea. So, have you been practicing your magic? Yeah, I've been practicing. Fidgeting his hands around. Tina to an open area. Then show me. I want to test you. What? Before anyone responded. Belladonna. Into the area. Proceeding. Belladonna, please stop pushing me around. He shouted. The group laughed as Tina and Andrew moved to the area. Why do you push me here, Belladonna? Because apparently you can't use your own legs. Belladonna replied to give him one last push. Now fight. Now do the fight and show her your strength. She turned off to the side, settling beside Andreas. Who is stretching? So, we're doing this, like, literally. Yes, we are. Don't tell me you're gonna back out now. No. I'm not gonna back out. Good. So rolling on your shoulders. I'd probably drag you back if you tried to drag you back if you tried to back out. That's not concerning at all. Just to get on those, them getting into position. Don't overdo it, you two. Yes, sir. I said in unison. Teal, this is gonna be fun. You're quite confident. I know, but getting ready for this. Get ready, this fight is about to begin. Andrew moved to defensive position while Tina moved to an defensive position. Vines broke through the ground, zipped towards Andrew. He used the shadows of the vines to shift them away from him. Oh, so you're quick, she teased. Andrew sighed. This is not the end. Not even close. Sam tossing one of her vine braids at him. Sidestepped. With the pincer, wishing past him. And then he raised the shadows up and around the braid and Tina. Used the shadows to shadows. That. See that? This shadow. That kind of thing. Alright. Now what are you gonna do? I wonder. Someone said separating the shadows off of her. Andrew groaned. Seen like him. But I still have tricks up my sleeve. He tightened the shadows and quickly pulled Tina closer, grabbing her arm and slamming her into the ground. Dust rose up from the impact. And the dust seemed to cough as he inhaled the dust. Tina groaned and coughed too. Unfortunately gonna have to do a different part of this because now I have a chore to do.